Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It is the 2nd of August and I'm on holiday, my favourite month of the year. I don't have to go to work, I've got my birthday at the end of the month. There's like lots of exciting things happening. So yes, I'm having a merry old time. Today is Saturday. I'll put my July vlog in case you're interested in that in the description. But we're just coming to the end of our first Charlie week of the summer holidays. We had a pretty chill one yesterday. I took Charlie to do some clay pigeon shooting in the morning, and then we went for lunch, which was really nice. Today is Saturday, so Gary's off as well. We've been to pick up his motorbike this morning after its MOT, which is all fine, thankfully. And I'm feeling really tired, and that probably sounds dumb because I've been on holiday for 2 weeks now. But if you saw my July vlog, you'll know that I had a little bit of stressful news at last weekend as I'm filming this, which I'm not going to talk about in detail, but that's kind of been a thing happening in the background. And I'm also definitely still in the recovery phase of the school holidays. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling tired today. So I'm going to, it's not difficult at all having Charlie because he's nearly 15. But I've definitely been running around doing a few bits and pieces with him this last week, and then getting chores done and stuff when he's been gaming. So the rest of today is now about 11:30, I think. I am going to chill. I'm going to get in the hammock, read, catch up on some Booktube, all of that good stuff, and just try and recharge a little bit. Tomorrow I'm going to cook a roast for the 3 of us, and then Monday will be like, usually we do chores on the weekend, but I'm going to do my chores on Monday, and then Tuesday I'm off on my first adventure of the holidays, which is really exciting. But I will check in with you before then, because I'm also, as you may have known, or you might not if you're new here, hello, welcome, come on in. I'll put my August TBR video in the description because I am attempting a 31 in 31, so I'm trying to read 31 books in August. So I'm going to try and be better at checking in, because in normal months I quite often leave it to the weekend and kind of do weekend check-ins, but I'm going to have lots of books hopefully to wrap up, so I'm going to try and be better at checking in every couple of days. I've also got something to open on camera, which I thought would be fun, that I said I was going to do in July and then forgot. So yeah, so August reading so far, like I said, I'm attempting a 31 in 31. It's only the 3rd, obviously, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm also trying to bank as many pages as possible over the next couple of days, because next week, like I said, I'm going on my first of my summer adventures, and so I won't have as much reading time. Like I said, I'll put my TBR video in the description, but when I set my TBR, I worked out it was about 10,500 pages, and I need to read about 350 pages a day to finish all of the books that I would like to read in August. So I'm not expecting that I will finish a book every single day, but as long as I can keep to about 350 pages a day, we should even out at the end of the month. So yeah, I've got a few things that are helping with that, a few rules as well. I am including audiobooks, however, I'm not expecting my audiobook consumption to be anywhere near as high as it is in a normal month, because I generally read audiobooks on my commute. Obviously I don't have a commute right now. The only time I'm going away by myself is next week, and that drive isn't long enough, I don't think, to finish an audiobook in, so there may not be any audiobooks, but if I finish one, it will count, obviously. DNFs don't count because I don't count them in my normal reading. So if I decide to DNF a book, that book and those pages won't count. I'll go back to 0 for the day, and then I'll just go on to the next book. And I've got, I think, 6 books not on my August TBR that I can just swap in instead. I think those are all the rules. And I've also created a little tracker in my reading journal. I don't usually show you guys my reading journal, like this is the book that you'll see me hold up to do like stats and stuff at the end of each month, just because it's not very aesthetic. It's just literally, it's February, I've got these vinyl stickers that I bought online, and it's just a literal like list of the books I've read. So you know, it's not exactly interesting, it's just how I track my reading. But for this month we're doing a double spread, so I've got these pages and then these ones to swap to new stickers for this August because I run out of my old ones. But I've created this tracker which I'm quite enjoying. So I've obviously got one square for each day of the month, and then if I read more than 350 pages it goes dark green, 350 pages is the light green, 250 to 349 is the amber colour, and then less than 250 is red, just so that I can keep track, like a daily tracker. And then at the end of each week I'll just note down if I'm plus or minus and how many pages. So like when I get to the end of tomorrow, I'll be able to work out how much leeway I've got for next week. So that's how I'm tracking that so far, and as you can see, I've finished 2 books. So yeah, it's going well. I'm liking having this as a hyper focus, if I'm honest. And my first 2 reads of the month have been rereads, which I wanted to get out of the way first and done. So my first book I finished this month was Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend, The Hunt for Morrigan Crow. This is the 3rd in the Nevermore series, and is currently the last one out. I talked about this in July. We were supposed to get the 4th book, which is Silverborn, next month in September. It's now been pushed back, I think, to next May, which is the 3rd or 4th time, and I can't lie, I'm getting frustrated by it. But anyway, I reread this one. I'd already started my reread when the pushback was announced. So I reread this one. I thoroughly enjoyed it as always. It's the 3rd book in a series. It's about Morrigan Crow, who's a cursed child. It's got magic. It's got a sentient hotel. It's got a giant talking cat. I really love this one. This has always been my favourite of the series. I gave this 4.5 stars, as I have done the whole series, to be fair, but if you ask me which is my favourite, it's going to be this one. I also really like the way this one talks about being an immigrant, and the way it presents it really well for the age group. It's got some definitely really interesting things to say about that, and I also like that we're starting to see Morrigan kind of question morals of the people around her. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, as always, 4.5 stars, and I would say I'm excited for Silverborn. I will be excited when it gets here, if it ever does. But anyway, 4.5 for this one, and that was the first read of the month. And then yesterday I read Catching Fire, which is the sequel to The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is the middle book of the trilogy. It's always been my favourite. You can see, I've got one of the original covers. You can see how well, actually, like, how well this book has been loved over the years. I've probably read this particular copy, I don't know, a dozen times. This is a dystopian YA story series. You'll know The Hunger Games. And this is the middle book, and I can't say anything about it because anything I did say would be spoilers, but I loved it. 5 stars. It's always been my favourite. It remains my favourite, and I had a great time reading it yesterday. So that's that one. I have currently got the X-Hex on the go. Then I'll be reading The Girl with the Pearl Earring, and then we're into like next week's books, because I'm trying to do a few things to help make me not feel overwhelmed, and one of the things is just getting the books for the next 7 days out. Obviously I started with 4 because it was 4 days up until Sunday, so tomorrow I will get out next week's books, and we'll see how we go from there. So yeah, it's going really well so far. The thing I wanted to open on camera was this, which is a bit random, banana milk. Are you supposed to shake this? Let's just kind of do that a little bit. I saw Chloe last month, and again, I'll have already linked the July vlog, and she took me into a Asian supermarket when we went to Bristol, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff, which was really fun, and loved the bubble tea. I also reordered some of those bubble teas because they're really good, but one of the things that she picked up was a banana milk, and I was like, I love fake banana. And then it sat in my fridge, and for some reason I've been too scared to open it, so I thought I'd open it here and we can see together what I make of the flavour. Like I said, I love banana. I'm not a massive fan of milk though, so we'll see. That smells like I was gonna say like school yogurt. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Or like, I'm old enough that we used to get like sliced bananas and custard for pudding at primary school, and it kind of reminds me of that. Okay, stop sniffing it. It's quite liquidy, which is a stupid thing to say because it's a drink, but like I said, I don't really like milk. There's something about the texture of milk. Anyway, let's just try this. Nope. Not for me. The flavour's really good. It's too milk-like, which is a really dumb thing to say because it literally says banana milk. I love a banana milkshake when they're thicker. No, I don't even want a second sip of that. Let's put that away carefully. I'll see if one of the boys wants it. Oh no, the texture was not the one for me. Okay, so I better stop jibber jabbering to you. I'm gonna go put my pajamas on and get comfy, get in the hammock and read at least 1 book, if not 2 today. It's the 6th of August and I've just realised I was wearing this t-shirt in the last clip, but as ever, it has been washed, I promise. So it is Tuesday morning and I'm about to go off on an adventure, but I need to film a clip obviously to update you on my reading. I finished 4 books, I am on track, it's the 6th, I finished 6 books, it's going really well, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I feel like it's going to go a little bit off target over the next couple of days. Sorry, Jack's just stretching behind the camera, so sorry if you can see movement. There he goes. Yeah, I feel like it's going to go off target for a couple of days, but I'm sure I can pull it back over the weekend and definitely next week. But yeah, I'm just having the best reading time. I'm really enjoying having it as my main focus, and it's genuinely like meditation or something for me, reading. It just really calms me down, and it just, yeah, my brain feels very happy right now, which I'm very much enjoying. But yeah, I've got 4 books to tell you about. I've got something that I ordered that I want to open with you guys and show you, and then I got 2 parcels which are presents, which is just really lovely. Today, like I said, is Tuesday. I'm off to Shrewsbury for a couple of days of solo adventuring. I'm going to go and meet up with a friend of mine, Vix, who we've been friends for about 14 years, I think she said. We've been friends since Tumblr, okay, which dates both of us. But we've never actually met in person before, so I'm really excited to go and see her. So we're going to go and have some dinner. She's this incredible photographer. I will link her website in the description. I also highly recommend her Instagram. She's just this, it's stunning, the work that she does. But we've been friends a long time online, but we haven't actually, like I said, met before in person. So we're going to go and see her. And then I'm just going to spend a couple of days with Steph. We're going to go to Chester tomorrow, and then just various adventurings. And obviously I will take B-roll and show you. I don't know that either of them will want to be on camera, which is absolutely fine. So you might not see them, but just take my word for it. It's going to be a really good couple of days. So let's talk books. So the first one that I finished was The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. Charlotte gave me this for Christmas. This was a really fun, witchy romance. We're following Vivian, who, when she's 19, she gets broken up. She gets her heart broken by Reese, and she's a witch, and so is her cousin, and they get drunk one night and they kind of drunkenly hex him and don't think anything of it. They don't think it's going to work. And then is it 9 years later? Yeah, he comes back to the small town where she lives because his family are a powerful family of witches, and he has to come and like renew ley lines and stuff. And as soon as he comes back to town, there's a series of disasters, and they realise that the hex actually has worked, and they are trying to undo it. And it's this kind of enemies to friends to lovers. It's very cute. I love the small town vibes. I didn't feel like it did much to make it memorable. I feel like The Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon does this kind of thing better. There's a bit more depth to it. But I enjoyed it. It had some good spicy scenes. It had a good kind of cast of supporting characters, and it was a fun, easy time. Gave it 3.5. I feel like it, like I said, it won't be particularly memorable, but I am glad I read it, and it was very cute. It would be perfect for obviously like October time, and you know, end of September, October time, as you get into spooky season. So there was that one. Then I read Girl with a Pearl Earring by Tracy Chevalier. I've read this before, but it's been like probably 15 or 20 years since I read it, and this is historical fiction, and we are following Greet. And what Tracy Chevalier has done is taken this painting, Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer, hopefully I've said that correctly, and she's imagined who this girl might have been in his picture, because we don't know the actual story. And we follow Greet, who is employed as a housemaid in Vermeer's household, and it's about what happens to her, basically. I've read this before. I gave this a 4.5 stars. The writing in this is beautiful. It's very slow. It's also really short. It's less than 300 pages. It's 248 pages. I've got my journal just here so I can see my ratings. Right, like really stunning descriptions. It really feels like you're kind of walking into a painting when you're reading her writing. I love her writing. So I gave it 4.5 stars. Really, really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad that I reread this one. This was a charity shop book, and it's in perfect condition. It's still in pretty good nick now I've read it. So yeah, I was really pleased to have reread this and have that for my shelves. Then I read another secondhand charity shop book. This is one I picked up at random, never heard of it before. I thought it had a bit of like Dan Brown Da Vinci Code vibes, and I was like, cool, but just a fast-paced kind of disposable thriller, and I gave it 2 stars. I thought it was dreadful. Library of the Dead by Glenn Cooper. I can't really tell you much about it because it would be spoilers, but it's the most shocking, this is a big claim, the most shocking secret in the history of mankind is about to be revealed. Was it shocking? No. Could I have just read the first 50 pages and the last 50 pages and had the same experience? Yes. I did read the full 410 pages. There's a murder on the loose. It starts in New York City. There's a murderer on the loose, and he's called the Doomsday Killer because he's sending postcards to his victims, which arrive on the day that they die. And we've got the kind of maverick, about to retire police investigator or FBI investigator who is on his tail. It's that kind of thing. This was written in the early 2000s, I think, and it reads like it. It's 2009 this was written. It's very casually misogynistic, sexist, racist, homophobic. I only finished it for this challenge. If it had been a normal reading month, I would have DNF'd it, but I got to about 80 pages and I would have had to restart, and it's just like, let's just push through. So I just finished it. Gave it 2 stars. The ending was vaguely exciting. That was about it. So yeah, that was the definition of it was a book, and I read it. And then this morning I had a much better time finishing off The Dry by Jane Harper. So this is a book that loads of you recommended to me. Mel, a book fiend named Mel, was particularly keen for me to read this. And again, I picked this copy up in a charity shop. The spine is quite damaged, but it was readable. What did make me laugh is on one of the pages, I won't show you in case there's a spoiler, there was a typo. It should have said off and it said of, and whoever had it before had crossed it through very neatly and corrected it above, which did make me chuckle. This is the first in the Aaron Falk trilogy series. I want to say trilogy. In Australia, there's a huge drought that's been going on in this little town, and there's been what appears to be a double murder and a suicide. So it looks like a man has killed his wife and child, shot them, and then taken his own life. And Aaron Falk is childhood friends with the man who has done this. And at the funeral, his parents ask him to look into the case because he's like, again, some sort of like FBI-ish type figure. And so he starts looking into this case. And it's a really interesting look at this small town, secrets and lies, both the current kind of investigation and also a killing that happened, or a death that happened when he was a teenager. It was really atmospheric. I gave it 4 stars. It is quite slow, which I was warned about going in. I feel like I went in with like suitably low expectations, which meant that I'd probably enjoyed it more than if I hadn't known that. So it is very slow, but it's a really interesting look at kind of rural life. Did I spot the answer? Yes, I did. I won't tell you where because that's obviously a spoiler, but I did clock it. But I enjoyed the writing. The writing's really good. Would I carry on with the series? Maybe. If I saw it in a charity shop, I might grab the next one. But I'm not like racing to pick up the next one. So yeah, 4 stars. Did enjoy it. Glad I have had a chance to read that one. Okay, then I got influenced. Ali, if you're watching, I was influenced by you. I'll put Ali's video in the description where she was working with Wild and she made this amazing looking alcohol-free strawberry daiquiri because that's one of their scents that she was trying out. I need to be careful how I hold this box because of my dress. But yeah, I got fully influenced. I've always seen the ads everywhere and I thought I'd give this a try. Now, I am not sponsored by Wild. I'm not working with them at all. I also, as I've mentioned before, have got several, I'm just going to move this out of the way, kind of sensory issues, and I've never found a roll-on deodorant before that I could get along with, but I thought I would give this a try because I've heard really good things, so I thought we'd give it a go. I also went on their website and I also then got kind of intrigued enough to order shower gel and a lip balm. I love a lip balm. So we're going to open this up together. This has taken only a few days to arrive, which is very exciting. I'm going to open this in a way that you won't see my address. Okay. Ooh, this looks cool. Right. This is what you get when you open the box. There's lots of like bump and stuff. Instructions. That's very helpful. So yeah, this is what I have ordered. So I went for the heart case. Obviously had my name put on it. That's very cute. Which scent did I go for? I can't even remember. Oh, peach iced tea. Oh, that smells really good. I also went for cucumber cooler. Yep. And strawberry daiquiri, obviously, because I was influenced by Ali and her video. So, that's an easier way to open it. Oh, yeah. So we're going to give those a try. I'll obviously read the instructions in a minute and put it all together. So I got the deodorant. Then I was looking at the website and I was like, oh, well, this looks cool. So I went with their shower gel as well, which is refillable. Everything is refillable, plastic free, all of that kind of stuff. So this is the case. Ooh, a bit of free ASMR there for you. Again, with my name on it. I went for this like minty blue colour. I can't remember which. I think I went for cherry. So this is the shower gel. This is how it comes. It's also a perfectly Molly size box. Oh, how cute. Okay, so this is the cherry blossom thing. This is what it comes in. Let's have a quick sniff. Oh yeah, I am gonna smell good. So that's that one. I love a shower gel. And then I saw they were doing lip balm, so I was like, okay, clearly. I did just get the one of the lip balm. Again, I went with the personalised one in this like dusky pink colour, which is really cool. Yeah, very cool. And then I went for peach and mango, because I pretty much anything with peach, I will probably buy it. So that's my wild order, which was exciting. I will try it out and maybe let you know towards the end of the vlog how I'm going with it. Like I said, I've never found a roll-on or a stick deodorant that I can really tolerate, but I will give it a try over the next couple of days or weeks, and I'll let you know how we go. Then some lovely person has sent me a little box of joy, which is thoughtful gifting. Can't really show you this box at all because the front's got my address on it. I don't know who this is from. I did put a thing out on Instagram to be like, am I supposed to open this now or is it for my birthday? Like what? But nobody's responded. So we're just going to open it together and see what we've got. Okay, so you open it and it looks like this. Okay, little box of joy. Okay, so a little gift for you. We hope you enjoy your gift box as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Da, da, da. There's also a code, which is joy10. So I'll put that in the description for anyone that's interested. Oh, it's Charlotte. Thought you could do with a little pick-me-up. Love Charlotte. She's so flipping cute. Okay, let's see what's in here. Looks like this. I'm trying to open it carefully so I don't, like, wreck the sticker. Oh, look. Ooh. Okay. There's now flowers all over my floor. Right, so let's have a little look and see what's in here. Ooh, Prosecco gummies. I'm going to take those with me today. How exciting. Some salted caramel milk chocolate, my fave. She's so cute. A little one, which is Colombian 61% dark chocolate. We'll have a go at that. And two space masks. Interstellar relaxation. Self-heating eye mask. So yeah, I'm going to take this with me as well on my travels. She's so lovely, and she's really naughty because she didn't mention that it was her. Okay, well that's very, very lovely. And then finally, this arrived from my wish list yesterday. It's definitely got two things in it. There's like something maybe edible at this end and a book, I think. So whoever this was, thank you so very much. Usual disclaimer, you guys do not have to do this at all. I mean, I love it when it does happen, but it's not expected at all. Because it's early in the month, I'm going to open this as we get into like next week and onwards. I probably will put them to one side in case they're for the end of the month and my birthday, but I don't know. Anyway, let's open this one and see what the lovely person has sent me. Ooh, off in one. Right, gift note. Oh, there's like maybe several things in here. I'm confused. Oh, Charlene. So lovely. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for all the content. I look forward to your wrap-ups every month. Oh, that's really lovely to know. Like, it's a funny thing because I enjoy making these videos and I know that you guys enjoy watching them because I get like a lovely amount of like comments and stuff. But it's nice kind of knowing that you're part of somebody's like routine. I love it when people like tag me on Instagram where they've like watching either on their big screen, which is always a bit weird that I'm on people's TVs or like their smaller screens. It's always just really nice to kind of see that you guys enjoy what I do. So yeah, thank you. Let's see what this is. Okay, what is this? Something. Oh yes, these are Tony Chocolonely's Little Bits. Chloe recommended me these. She said they're like Maltesers but better. Thank you very much. That's lovely. Again, might take that as a driving snack today. And which book have you gone for? Oh yes, When in Rome. This is the first in the When in Rome series, and I read, what was the one that I read? I think it's upstairs actually. The one that I read last month, which I really, really enjoyed. So I'm very excited to get to go back and read the first one. I feel like this is a influencer and like a grumpy sunshine thing, and yeah, grumpy tour guide. Yes, lovely. And there's going to be food. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for the Charlene. That's absolutely lovely and really, really kind of you. I'm going to put the gift note in there right now. Okay, I need to tidy up this. I need to move myself. Go and finish packing. Get in the car and then I'm going on a little adventure to have some fun with some friends. It's the 7th of August and I'm having the nicest time. I'm in this really cute little flat. As you can see, I did a little walk around when I came in. I'll also link it in the description because obviously by the time you see this, I will not be here anymore. Yeah, it's really good. It's literally a 5-minute walk from the centre of Shrewsbury. There's parking out the back. I can see like private parking. I can see my car from here. And it's a first floor flat, so I feel pretty safe. Obviously travelling by myself. Unfortunately, there are certain precautions you have to take. So yeah, I had a good first night. I always sleep really, really badly the first night I'm away from Gary, so I think I saw every single hour last night. And plus this conversion's been done really nicely, but the wall between me and next door is so thin, I swear I could hear every time that guy turned over in the night. Luckily he's quiet, but yeah, it's a little bit unnerving when it feels like you can hear somebody walking around in your property, even though they're next door. Anyway, so I went and met up with Vix last night. We had the absolute best time. I was too chicken to ask her if she wanted to be on film, so I will put a picture up here that we took together. She's just an absolute powerhouse, that woman. We've been friends, I think I said before, since Tumblr. She's a photographer. She's incredible. I love her photography. If we were getting married now, we would have her, if she'd have us, as our wedding photographer, as much as we love Naomi, who did our wedding photos. Vix has just got this incredible energy and this really great style, so I'll leave her website linked in the description. I'd also really recommend her Instagram, which I'll link as well, because you can get a really good taste of her style there, obviously, and she's just really fun, and we had the best time. And it's, you know, it's always a little bit weird when you meet an internet friend, and we've been internet friends, we think, for 14 years. But as soon as I saw her, it was like I saw her yesterday. Like, it was so easy, and we just chatted nonstop for like 3 hours, which is really good. We both also arrived an hour early, which I think is a good sign for a friendship when you both rock up that early. So yeah, we had a nice meal and a good chat. And then I walked back across the bridge and spent a quiet couple of hours just curled up, reading, watching about the Olympics, etc. And then went to bed. And then, like I said, I had a rubbish night's sleep, but that is part of the course when I'm away from the husband, unfortunately. Today I'm going to go and meet Steph. I'm so excited to see her. I haven't seen her for ages. If you don't know who I'm talking about, she's my best friend of nearly 20 years now. I think 20 years. Probably over 20 years, actually. We met at uni. And yeah, I'm really excited to see her today. We're going to Chester. I've never been there before. She said there are some nice bookshops she wants to take me to. And obviously I was like, well, you don't have to threaten me with a good time. And we're going to go to the Botanist for lunch. And I've been to the Bath one and loved it. So I'm excited to experience that in Chester. So we're going to do that today. I suspect books will be bought today, but we will see. I have finished a book. I finished this morning. This is The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul by Deborah Rodriguez. So it's the 7th and this is book 7. So I'm on track so far. I feel like today is going to be a bad day for reading, but that's okay because I'm off adventuring with my friend and this is supposed to be enjoyable. This unfortunately was not. I had quite high hopes for this. I picked this up in a charity shop. It's another charity shop find. It's not too bad in terms of condition, but this thing, I tend to research books before I buy them and look into them before I pick them up, but I don't do that for some reason with charity shop books. And that's clearly something I need to start doing because this I had quite high hopes for. It sounded cute and cozy and fun. One little cafe, 5 extraordinary women. We're obviously in Kabul in Afghanistan, and it says, in a little coffee shop in one of the most dangerous places on earth, 5 very different women come together, and it gives you the descriptions. I gave this 2 stars. This is the first in a series, and I checked it extensively, but this feels like a mid-series book. Nobody's really introduced properly. You're just supposed to kind of know them, and I was a bit like, who are these people? There's also a lot of, like, the cast of characters is huge, because obviously each woman has like a supporting cast, and it felt very Western centered, and that was a little bit uncomfortable. There's a little bit of like white saviorism going on in here. I did like one of the storylines. It was Yasmina's storyline. I liked particularly, and I finished it, so I gave it 2 stars. Again, I feel like if I wasn't doing this reading challenge, I probably would have DNF'd this. So yeah, if you like this one, it just wasn't for me. I do love the cover. The cover's very cute, but yeah, it just was I was just a little bit uncomfortable finishing this, and I didn't really enjoy it. I just sped through it as quickly as possible, and like I said with the other one, The Library of the Dead, I feel like I won't remember this even at the end of the month. So yeah, 2 stars, bit disappointing. Anyway, for now, I'm going to tidy this place up. Not that it's particularly messy of me just me here. Put my fake Converse on. I've got my blue sundress on again today. You will see this a lot in the August vlogs, because I'm going to live in this until the weather gets colder. Although the weather doesn't look great today, it's very grey. But I didn't even bring a coat with me, because I was like, no, it's August. I do not need a coat. It's August. I might need a coat, but anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go and get myself ready, and then I'm going to go and see my best mate, and we're going to have a day wandering around a beautiful place. It's the 8th of August, and Steph and I had the best time yesterday. This is also the first time I'm talking out loud this morning. We just had the best time. Chester was lovely. We had a really good kind of wander around. We went to Lush, a few other shops, went to Waterstones. I'll show you the books I got in a minute. I did tell you I thought I was going to buy books yesterday. I had a beautiful lunch at The Botanist. Highly recommend it. Really enjoyed it. I'll leave it linked in the description if you want to have a little nosy. I had 2 drinks with lunch, 2 cocktails, and I cannot explain how rough I feel this morning, which is ridiculous, really. Well, it is ridiculous because it was at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I was completely sober by the time I got back here. But yeah, I'm feeling quite sorry for myself this morning. Although I did also stay up until almost 2 a.m. finishing Why Did You Stay? By Rebecca Humphreys. That transition was smooth. This was one that I saw Leanne talking about ages ago and recommending. I think maybe it was on her top reads of that year or her top non-fiction something. She was really raving about this book, and I can see why, because I started in the morning, I read about 100 pages before I went out, and then when I got back I was like, oh, I'll read like another 100 pages, and then suddenly it was 2 a.m. and I was watching Breeze sprints and like thinking I need to go to sleep, but I also needed to finish this. So I really enjoyed this. This is non-fiction, it's a memoir. Rebecca was in a relationship with a comedian called Sean, and he took part in Strictly Come Dancing in 2018, I think. and he was caught snogging his dance partner, who was also married at the time. And this tells the story of, it opens with the moment that he told her, which was in the car park of the BBC studios, and her leaving him. And it moves back and forth. It goes through the timeline of her finding out, her leaving him, and her releasing a statement on Twitter, which I'll read you in a minute, which I remember seeing at the time and retweeting, and the kind of aftermath of it, and being in the public eye and all that stuff. She's also an actress. She's been in The Crown and a few other bits and pieces. And it also goes back to the start of their relationship and that question of, why did you stay? Because she was subject to gaslighting, emotional abuse, bullying at his hands. And it was really interesting. And what I really liked is that she does not paint herself as a victim or as a perfect person. She looks at their relationship as a whole, and she tries to work out how and why it became so toxic. And I thought it was really brutally honest, and I really appreciated that. Also, I know it's quite echoey in here, it's very high ceiling, so I apologise for the sound, for the noise. I just really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars. I feel like it was slightly too long, could have done with another edit, in my humble opinion. But I would really highly recommend this. Check content warnings, obviously, before you pick it up, because some of it is quite... it could be quite triggering for some people. She also talks a lot about her weight and her relationship with food, which has not always been brilliant. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. 4 stars. I'm going to read you the statement because this is what made me pick it up in the first place, along with Leanne's rave review. And I remember seeing this on Twitter, like I said, at the time, and retweeting it. So it's quite long, so bear with. It says, "My name is Rebecca Humphreys and I am not a victim. I wasn't sure whether to respond to events from the past week, but I feel the narrative has missed a couple of crucial elements that I would like to clear up. It's incredibly good of him and the dancer to apologise in the media." Also in the book, she doesn't refer to him by name at all. It's always just him or he, which I thought was a really good touch. "I have received nothing other than the support of my family, friends, and a host of strangers on the internet who all wanted to make sure I was okay. Well, I have also kindly received many offers to sell my side of the story, but I would prefer for it to be on my own terms. Those pictures were taken on October 3rd. It was my birthday. I was alone at home when he texted at 10 p.m. saying the 2 of them were going for one innocent drink. We spoke and I told him, not for the first time, that his actions over the past 3 weeks had led me to believe something inappropriate was going on. He aggressively and repeatedly called me a psycho, nuts, mental, as he has done countless times throughout our relationship when I've questioned his inappropriate, hurtful behaviour. But this whole business has served to remind me that I am a strong, capable person who is now free and no victim. I have a voice, and I will use it by saying this to any woman out there who deep down feels worthless and trapped with a man they love. Believe in yourself and your instincts. It's more than lying, it's controlling. Tell some very close friends who, if they are anything like my wonderful network, will swoop in and take care of the logistics and of you. It's important also to recognise that in these situations, those who hold power over you are insecure and fragile, and their need for control comes from a place of vulnerability. I think it certainly does in his case. Despite everything, I hope he gets what he wants from this." And then this is my favourite part of it, the final line. "I'm not sorry, I took the cat though. Love, Rebecca." So yeah, if any of that sounds interesting to you, I'd really recommend it. What I would say, I don't love this cover. I feel like it doesn't really reflect the book. But there we go. This is a second-hand copy I picked up in a charity shop. But yeah, 4 stars. Really enjoyed that one. Great recommendation from Leanne, as always. And then whilst we're at yesterday, I picked up 2 books. So I've got 2 more books to add to the TBR. I think I've had 3 come in so far this month. Luckily, I'm on a roll with my reading. The first one was Dalagart Dream Department Store by Mai Lee, translated by Sandy Jewson Lee. First of all, a moment for this cover. It's incredible. Also, look at these French flaps. I mean, hello. I don't know that much about this other than, again, Ali. I talked about her in the previous clip. Ali, you've also influenced me to read this. I'm really intrigued by this, and I know it's had mixed reviews, but it's a Korean, well, as it says, the #1 Korean bestseller on the cover. And it's just a department store that sells dreams, and it's the first magical book in a best-selling duology for anyone exhausted from the reality of their daily life. And I just thought, I love this cover. I'm intrigued by the premise. It sounds quite cozy and fun, and whimsical and maybe a bit weird. So I decided to pick it up. It was in the buy one get one half price. And then I love when I see a book in a bookshop I've heard nothing about online, and like I'm obviously like chronically online for book stuff, so it is always kind of a nice feeling when I see a book and I'm intrigued by it. I'm like, I haven't heard anyone talk about this. There's probably lots of people talking about this, just not in my particular corner of the Booksnet. And this was an absolute cover buy. I mean, I picked it up because of the cover, and then the synopsis drew me in. And look at this cover: Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Myra. Apologies, name is at the bottom. I mean, this, like, seriously, this cover is so much fun. And I'm just going to read, sliding off the bed, professional booktuber, I am not. I'm going to read the back to you because this is what drew me in. And it just says at the top, notice to staff, there has been a disturbing increase in cheeriness, sprightly behaviour and overall optimism of late. Please resume your former dark, ominous terrors at your earliest convenience. Management. And actually, I'm not going to read this, but like Evie is an assistant to the villain. He disappears or something. He's put his out of office on, and she's got to step into the breach. I feel like it might have like kind of Terry Pratchett vibes. It seems really fun, and like I said, the cover. I love the cover. So I may well pick this up this month. I'm trying to be quite strict about sticking to my 31 and 31 TBR, but this is definitely high up there on the priority list. And it just says here, evil is back, look busy. I think this sounds so fun. If you've read this or you've heard anyone talk about it, tell me what you think. What were the reviews? Because yeah, I'm really intrigued. So yeah, I got 2 really brightly coloured books yesterday. Thumbnail? No, probably not. So yeah, 2 really brightly coloured books yesterday, which was fun. And then finally, Steph had got me some bits for my birthday. She said that I do have like a main present coming, but she gave me this yesterday. First of all, the bag. She went to London recently and went to the Sherlock Holmes Museum, so she very kindly got me, or put my presents in this carrier bag, and she got me 3 things. Let's go with this one first. First of all, look at this rubber duck. I love him, so he will go into, well, I was going to say he's going to go into my bathroom. I might put him on my bookshelves when I redo them, which I think I'm going to do at the weekend. Haven't quite decided yet. He's just so fun. I feel like he'd kind of be wasted in the bathroom, so that might appear on my bookshelf, or I might take it to school to decorate my room with. This little one is definitely coming to school with me. Look how cute, this little black cat with a little tail and the ears. That's definitely my cat voice that you just heard, apologies for that, but he's so cute. So he needs a name, so give me a name for the little cat. Nothing like Shadow, we don't want any cliches, so I need a good name. I prefer human names for my cats, as you guys know, but yes, he needs a name, and we'll definitely go onto my desk or somewhere at work. And then finally, she's definitely on a bit of a theme, she also got me, let me get it out of the bag so you can see it properly, this black cat pin, which will go onto my school lanyard. Look how cute that is. One of the jobs that I need to do in a couple of weeks is wash my lanyard and decorate it for a fresh school year. So plan for today, like I said, I am not feeling brilliant. It's about 10 o'clock now. I have been up for a few hours. I've read about 100 pages of I, Mona Lisa, which is okay so far. That'll obviously be the next book that you see me wrap up. I've had my shower and tidied the flat, and I'm not seeing Steph till about 1:30, so I'm going to wander into town. The weather is gross, it's currently raining, and I don't have a coat with me. Brilliant. I do have an umbrella, so at least says that. So I'm gonna have a slow wander into town. I've already had one breakfast, I've already had crumpets and jam, but that was a few hours ago. I think I'm gonna go for a second breakfast at the lounge because I need something to settle my tummy a little bit and hopefully make me feel a bit better. Then I'm going to go to Waterstones. Obviously I went to Waterstones in Chester yesterday, but there's a Waterstones here, which I really like. It's a really nice shop. And as much as I enjoyed book shopping and always enjoy book shopping with other people, it's kind of nice just to be by yourself and get your own pace. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to pop to M&S, get some picky bits for lunch, take that over to Steph's, which is like a 15-minute walk out of town. It's like half an hour from here to hers, but town is in the middle. So I'll walk over there, see her and Julie, her dog, and we're going to watch horror films, I think, this afternoon. I hate horror films, by the way. She delights in making me watch them. So we're going to watch, I think we're going to watch the original Wicker Man, which I've never seen. Either that or Deadpool 2, if I can talk her into that, which I'd much rather watch. So we're going to watch some films this afternoon, and then this evening me, her and John, her boyfriend, are going to Beefy Boys for dinner, which I will also link in the description. So I'll obviously take B-roll footage, and then I'll probably chat to you tomorrow before I go home, because hopefully I'll have a book to wrap up. But if not, I will be heading home tomorrow back to the husband, and I'm very excited because our week off together next week. So that's all the news that's fit to print. I've had a lovely time yesterday. We walked miles. Steph's pedometer, like Apple Watch thing, reckons we walked 8.5 miles yesterday, which was good. We went round the castle walls and stuff, which was very nice. It's very pretty. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm not feeling my best. 2 drinks, man. Seriously, what is that about? I've been thinking about going teetotal for a while, and maybe this is a sign. I'm very low alcohol anyway. I barely drink, but yeah, I don't feel great today. Yes, so I'm gonna go and slowly mooch to town, probably get a second breakfast to try and steady my stomach, have a bit of a book mooch, grab some nice bits. I feel like I need like vegetables and fruit. It's been a while. I've reached that point in the holiday where I've like indulged too much in everything, so I need to backtrack a little bit, although we are going to Beefy Boys tonight, so yeah, some fruit and veg is probably in order for lunchtime. And yeah, I will chat to you guys in a minute. It's the 9th of August and I'm just getting ready to go home. I do have, as you can hear, all the windows open and the dishwasher's running because I'm obviously getting ready to check out, so apologies for background noise. Had a really lovely day with Steph yesterday. We ended up watching Deadpool 2 and then The Wicker Man. Really loved Deadpool 2. Wicker Man, I was a little bit bored, I can't lie. Had some just picky bits for lunch and just hung out. And then the 3 of us, along with her boyfriend John, went to Beefy Boys for dinner. I put some B-roll in, but I'll also put a picture or 2 up here so you can see the deliciousness that was my dinner last night. And then I walked back here and had a fairly early night. There was a bit of like hoo-ha out the front with the parking and the neighbours, which I need to go and sort out in a minute, because at the moment I can't get out of my space, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Although what I would say is the Airbnb host has been amazing. And yeah, just went to bed. I had another rubbish night's sleep. I was awake like every hour, not for any particular reason, but yeah, I just haven't slept. I feel like it's not a reflection of this place, and I'll have put the link to it in the description if you are looking for somewhere to stay in Shrewsbury. I would definitely recommend this place. It's really comfortable, really well appointed, great location. I just for some reason haven't been able to get any decent sleep this week. But anyway, I'm gonna head home now. As you can see, I've got mad hair. I've just like scraped my hair back. I'm like, I will have a proper bath when I get home. There's a bath here, but I'm in that mode where I'm like, I just want to get home now. And I've got like a 3.5, likely 4-hour journey ahead. So yeah, I just want to get on the road. I might get home to the husband and the kiddies. But I did obviously read a book yesterday in between films and stuff. I'm Mona Lisa by Natasha Solomons. This is historical fiction. She wrote Fair Rosalind, which I read, I want to say earlier this year. And my boss got me this. I think it was a just because present actually. Yeah, I went into this thinking it was going to be the story behind the painting, but actually it's the painting itself is narrating and going through history, starting with obviously its creation by Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo, maybe. And it just says it's on the back, over 5 centuries, from Da Vinci, Da Vinci's bustling Florentine studio to the opulent French court. Mona will be desired, stolen, heartbroken, curious, furious, and above all, she will be heard. I gave this 3 stars. There were parts of this that I was a little bit bored with. The writing's beautiful. I'm just not sure Natasha Solomon's an author for me. I think I had the same problem with Fair Rosalind, which was a Romeo and Juliet retelling from the perspective of Rosalind, who is a very minor. There's like 2 lines about her in the play, which I thought was clever premise, but I also remember being a little bit bored in places, and this was the same. It was fine. I feel like I said this a few times in the last couple of books. It just didn't blow me away, but I finished it. So that's book 9. So like I said, I'm a book, it's the 8th today, I think. Oh, I can't remember. I said at the start of this clip and I still can't remember. But yeah, I'm a book ahead now, so that's really good. I've just started The Gender Games by Gina Dawson this morning. I'm like 80 pages into that and loving that. I feel like that might be a 5-star, so that's good. So yeah, plan for today, I'm going to drive home. I'm going to take the scenic route through Wales this time. I came up via Birmingham, which is fine, but it's just lots of motorway driving, which is really boring. So I'm going to go home via Wales. You can hear people talking outside, apologies. Get home, unpack my stuff, most of my stuff, not all of it. Do lots of washing, spend the next couple of days. I'm creating content tomorrow, so Gary's going on another woodworking course tomorrow, so I'm going to spend that time creating August content and potentially redoing my shelves, and I don't know when you'll see that video because I haven't actually scheduled it in. Sunday will be packing and getting my house sorted before we go away, and then we go away on Monday. So I'll see you in a minute. I need to go and navigate the parking issue and the neighbours downstairs, and then get on the road and go and see the husband and the cats. It's the 12th of August. It is hot, and I've temporarily closed the windows so that I can film this clip because there's lots of neighbours like out the front of their house, which is fair enough. So we're going to film this fast because it's going to get really warm in here really quickly. Had a lovely weekend, pretty slow. Saturday I spent 6 hours filming, editing, thumbnailing, uploading and scheduling 4 videos, which was really good. Yesterday didn't do much of anything, a bit of reading, bit of watching the Olympics. We took the bike out. That was the main thing that we did. That was really fun. Took the bike out and rode for about an hour or so. Went to a garden centre, had some cake and a banana milkshake, and then came back. And today we are off on our holiday. So this is mine and Gary's solo week. We're going to North Devon. I'll leave a link in the description because by the time you guys see this, we'll be home. And yeah, we got 5 days, 4 nights down there, which is really lovely, and I'm just really looking forward to it. It's a beautiful property. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be a really quiet week. I will obviously take B-roll. I don't know if I'll speak to you. I might, but it's mostly just going to be reading, chilling, just enjoying the peace and quiet and being out of the house. So yeah, that's what we're up to this week. So my reading is still going well. I feel like I've dropped in speed. a little bit over the weekend. And obviously I spent, like I said, 6 hours filming on Saturday. And then we went out yesterday, but that's okay. I'm trying to remind myself that the point is to enjoy my reading alongside my summer adventures, not instead of. So yeah, I finished 2 books. Like I said, it's the 12th. Sorry if you can hear my neighbours being loud. Welcome to my life. It's the 12th. I am about halfway through book 12, so I'll finish that today. So I'm on track for my 31 and 31. So the first book that I finished was The Gender Games by Juno Dawson. Gave this 5 stars. This is Juno Dawson's memoir, in case you're not aware of her. I don't know how you can not be aware of her if you're on my channel. She's a fantastic writer. And she's also a trans woman, and this is the tagline here. It says, "The problem with men and women from someone who has been both." And this is her memoir about growing up. She was identified, or I can't remember what the phrase is, but they thought she was a boy when she was born. She's always felt like she was a girl on the inside, and she talks about how she had this kind of alter ego in her head, Kate, as she was growing up. And she would kind of think about how Kate would dress and what Kate would do and all that kind of stuff. And she talks about coming out to her family first as a gay man and then as a trans woman when she was in her 30s. And she's very upfront and honest. And one of the things I really love, like her style, you can hear her voice so clearly all the way through this. But she does not paint herself as the perfect person. She's very upfront and very, very honest. This is very adult, incidentally. I had originally said that I was going to put this into the school library. I can't because some of the language in here, it does use the C word, and I don't mean cis, a couple of times. And she's very honest and upfront about her sex life and things that she's done, which unfortunately means it won't get past the librarian, which is a shame because there's also, like, Juno does a beautiful job of explaining what it means to be trans and the differences between sex and gender and sexuality, and all of that is told so well. She has written This Book Is Gay, which I think is for young adults, and I might try that, although I think it's already in our school library, so I might see if I can have a quick read of that next term. But yeah, I love this. I gave this 5 stars. I thought it was really, really well done. She does also draw in other people to talk on different topics, but it's mostly her story in her words, and I really enjoyed it. 5 stars. Highly recommend it. But do check content warnings and just be aware that this is very, very adult in places. And then yesterday I read Watch Her Fall by Erin Kelly. The higher you rise, the farther you fall. So Erin Kelly wrote The Skeleton Key, which is arguably my favourite read of last year. Definitely one of my favourite reads. I'll leave my 2023 wrap up if you want to see my full thoughts on that book. This was an earlier book of hers. I've also read He Said, She Said, which was one of her thrillers from years ago. And this sort of lands between the two. In this one, we are following Ava. She is a prima ballerina in her father's ballet company in London, and they are doing Swan Lake. So she's playing Odette and Odile, which is the white swan and the black swan, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, like the role that all ballerinas want to dance. And it goes from there, and I'm not going to say any more than that because it's one of those things that you're best to just go into blind. Erin Kelly's really good at the twisty-turny. I wouldn't say this is a thriller, but the twisty-turny books. You can't trust anyone. It's full of unreliable narrators. And yeah, I gave this 3.5 stars. I thought this was going to be very much focused on the ballet element of it, and parts of it are, especially the first sort of 50 pages, but it then goes off in a different direction, and we get a reveal partway through that I didn't really understand. And by the end, and I've said this before with books, like, I didn't really know what the point was that she was trying to make. I also didn't like the very ending bit. I found that a little bit annoying. And yeah, this was dark, it was twisty. If you are someone who loves ballet, if for those of you that are new here, I did ballet from the age of 2 until I was 20. So I very much know this world. I've never did a full version of Swan Lake, but I definitely have danced parts of the Odette Odile role. So I knew exactly what she was talking about. I felt like the ballet parts were described well enough so that if you're not familiar with the ballet world, you would be able to understand what was happening. But yeah, it didn't quite grab me, and I was a little bit bored in places. I also felt like it was too long. This is over 400 pages, I think, or 391 pages. And I felt like if she'd cut or made it into a short story even, it would have had more punch. So yeah, 3.5 stars. I'm still glad I read it. This is also very kindly gifted to me by the lovely Alice from Bookish Tea Leaves. She sent me this when I went through Ofsted earlier on in the year. So thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm really glad I got to read it. Because of how much I loved Skeleton Key last year, I wanted to go back and read more from Erin Kelly, and I will definitely read more from her. This just wasn't quite the heights of Skeleton Key, but it makes sense because this is an earlier book. So yeah, 3.5 stars. Then I got a couple of things to show you. So one of the videos I filmed yesterday, which will already be up by the time this goes up, so I'll link it, was me opening mystery boxes. One of those was a bookish mystery box from Milena, who I will link. She's got a YouTube channel, so I'll link that, and obviously her Etsy store. And the book that she chose to send to me was Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. Look at this edition. It's so beautiful. It's like the softest, I don't know if it's leather or what. Look at the end pages. I've never read Mrs. Dalloway. I don't know really anything about it. This is a Word Cloud Classics edition, because I know you guys will ask, but like I said, I'll link Milena's shop in the description. This was the book that she sent me along with some bookish goodies, and like I said, the video will be linked so you can watch that if you want to. So I'll be reading this at some point. It's really short. It's like 200 pages. Yeah, it's 207 pages. I'll have to be honest, I'm not going to read this edition because it's too pretty, and I feel like I'll mark it. Look, it's already got a mark on it. I feel like I'll mark it. So I think I'm going to audiobook it, but this edition is beautiful. So I've had that come in, which is very exciting. And then some lovely person has sent me this. This arrived, I think, Friday. This will be the last parcel I open before my birthday, because not that I expect anything, but I know that some people will use my Amazon wishlist to send me bits for my birthday. I don't want to accidentally open a birthday gift. So I'm hoping this isn't, because it arrived on Friday, which is like the 9th. So I feel like it's safe to open this, but there's a couple, I can feel there's a couple of things in here. So let's see what this is. Oh, opening one. Let's look for a gift note first, just in case it is a birthday thing, and then I can stop. No, it's not a birthday gift. It is from Jo and Alfie though, which is absolutely lovely. She says, hope these give you reading energy to help with your 31 books in 31 days, and then in brackets, completely bonkers, from Jo and Alfie. Thank you very much, Jo, whatever this is. You are so sweet. Let's see what we've got. Right, there's a few bits in here. What is that? It just says made in China on the front. Okay. Who's this? Oh, stickers! If you watched that unboxing video, you'll know that one of the things I had quite a lot of was stickers, but these are so cute. I love the style of these. I'm not going to show you all of them because there are literally loads, but they are, oh, they're so cute. Love the style of these. Lots of them are bookish. I have to sit and go through them properly so I can see what I've got, but thank you so very much. So we've got some stickers. I love a sticker, can't lie. Right, and then, ooh, okay, ooh, sweets. Okay, this has got, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this open. Bear with me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Let's open this together. I've just literally just loosened it. I haven't looked yet. Oh, this is so fun. This is going to come on holiday with us. Look at this. Thank you so much, Joe. There's loads of little... Oh, sour apple flavour, my favourite. Oh, that's the drumstick. Sour apple flavour, my favourite. I will share some of these with husband, but the sour apple stuff is mine. Thank you so much. Oh, there's a whistle. This is so retro. A whistle sweet. People remember these? Love Parma Violets. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you so much, Jo. That was really kind of you. So she sent me some stickers and some sweeties, which is very exciting. Sal's behind the camera and she's looking at me like, what? She's very tired because it's too hot to be furry today. So thank you so very much for that, Jo. That was so sweet. No pun intended. So lovely and kind of you. For now, I need to go and tidy all of this up. Pack up. We're going to go for... That was Sav chirping. I don't know if you just heard her. We're going to go for a nice pub lunch before we go down to Devon this afternoon and have a little holiday, just the two of us. It's the 17th of August and we had such a lovely week. Just absolutely perfect. The place was beautiful. It was so private. You couldn't even see another building from where we were. It's on a farm, a working farm, and the main farmhouse is right next door. It's not attached, but it's like next door. But because of the way all the windows are facing, you can't see the farmhouse unless you literally go to the bottom bit of the garden and lean over the fence, which I did because I was a bit nosy about what their house was like, because their Airbnb is stunning, so I'm sure their house is beautiful. So yeah, it was just really quiet and peaceful and exactly what we needed. And we just spent the week sleeping, eating. We went out a little bit. We went to an antique centre that we like, that we've been to before, which I will try and remember to put a link for in the description in case you're local to Taunton or nearby, which was really nice. And we went to a really nice pub one of the days for lunch, and we went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which was really fun. I haven't been to the cinema for ages. I can't remember the last time the two of us went, and the film was really good. It was, you know, the kind of level of chaos that you'd expect from a Deadpool film. And yeah, it was just really lovely. And every day I was like, I'm going to film a clip for the vlog now. I'm not going to sit and like film a clip, and I just didn't. So sorry about that. I was too busy relaxing and spending time with my husband. I have finished 5 books, so I'm currently on track for this 31 and 31. This is going to be the last clip for this half of the vlog because we're now roughly halfway through the month. You can see that's my red stack up there. So I'm going to film this clip and then it'll be the end of this first vlog because we're already at like an hour and a half, and I think that's probably long enough. And I've got lots of stuff happening in the second half of August, so this feels like a good place to kind of stop this one and start the next one. So let's talk about books and then we'll get into wrapping up this half. So the first book that I finished was The Cloisters by Katie Halls. I enjoyed this. This is dark academia. We're following Anne, who has just finished her degree, and she thinks she's going to the Met, yes, to kind of intern for the summer, but when she gets there, there is no internship for her, so she's sent to the Cloisters instead, which is this whole thing is set in New York in the summer. And she is sent to work with a very small team who are working on tarot cards. And that is all I'm going to tell you. This is very kind of atmospheric, dark academia, kind of that long hot summer. Things aren't quite what they seem. It's about toxic friendships. There's a little bit of like, is it magic, is it not? Yeah, I really enjoyed this. We've got quite an unreliable narrator. I gave it 4 stars. It didn't kind of knock my socks off, but I did enjoy it. I would definitely read more from the author, and if you're looking for dark academia, this could be a good one for you. Plus, look at this cover with the skull. It's just so pretty. But so yeah, really enjoyed that one. 4 stars. Then I read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This is we're following, what is his name? I can't remember. Is it Edgar or something? Ernie, something like that. And he is going on a reunion with his family in the mountains of Australia. And it says on the back, I knew our family reunion wouldn't end well, but I didn't expect murder. Then there's a bit of blurb, and then it says, I'll give you a clue, it wasn't me, but a piece of advice, never trust a Cunningham. I gave this 3.5 stars. I thought this was fun. It's a locked room murder mystery because they're up in the mountains, the weather's really bad, and a dead body kind of appears as if it's fallen out of the sky, it appears out of nowhere. And the Cunninghams are there for their family reunion, and you find out gradually why they are having this reunion, and you meet kind of all the members of the family. I really like the style of this. The style of this won't suit everyone because the narrator constantly breaks the fourth wall, and he's constantly saying, you know, I told you there was going to be a dead body. So he almost reveals the twist before he gets there. And I can see why that would kind of, I read some reviews and I can see that some people didn't like it, but I really enjoyed that. It was really funny and really tongue-in-cheek. However, I didn't think there was enough murder in this one, and also I was kind of expecting like a Knives Out scenario where like every single member of his family is looking to kill someone and you're really on edge all the time, and it just wasn't that. It was mostly just family drama with a little bit of criminality thrown in, so it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I did enjoy it, it was fun, but yeah, 3.5 stars. Then the next one that I read was What You're Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Ayamaya. Maybe it's there. Sorry, another cover that I adore. I really enjoyed this, and I can't remember right now, and my book's up there, if I gave this 4 or 4.5 stars, but I really, really enjoyed it. This is 5 short stories. I think I gave it 4 stars. I can't remember. It will be on my Goodreads and my StoryGraph. These are 5 short stories. This is translated from the Japanese by Alison Watts. And is it Japanese? I feel like it is. Yes. And basically it's all centered around a library and a librarian who has this power of being able to predict what people need, what kind of book somebody wants. A little bit like Vianne and Chocolat by Joanne Harris, who can kind of spend a bit of time with someone and work out exactly what chocolate they need. I really like this. We're following 5 different people. Each chapter is one story, but they all link up and some of the characters kind of pop up in other stories, which I really liked, and I like the kind of magic of it. Writing style was really easy to follow and really enjoyable. I think I would have enjoyed this more if it had been set in the library, if that makes sense. So we don't actually get a story from the point of view of the librarian, it's just the different people that she helps. But yeah, I would definitely read more from this author. Steph now wants to get out of this room. I would definitely read more from the author, and it was either a 4 or 4.5, and I'm a terrible booktuber because I can't remember. Steph's now going to come and help by sitting there and waiting for me to open the door. 1 second. Okay, the usual level of chaos in these videos. I took the opportunity of having to open the door to also grab my blue book, and yeah, I gave this 4 stars. Really liked it. Would definitely recommend it. It's very kind of cozy. It's got some really nice messages in it, and I love the writing style. 4 stars. Then I also picked up and read Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This was recommended directly to me by the lovely Mel at Bookfiend, named Mel. I will put the video where she recommended it in the description so you can see what she had to say about it. And this one is a Regency romance with a fae twist to it. And we are following Dora, Theodora, but she's known as Dora. And when she's a child, she has an altercation with a fairy, and he steals half of her soul. He's trying to take her whole soul, but her cousin steps in with a pair of iron scissors and stabs him, so he's only able to take half. And she then grows up, like I said, in Regency, England. I think she's in London for most of it, and she's different to other people because she's only got half a soul, so she doesn't really have the emotions that other people have, and she often can't read social cues. And Mel, when she recommended this to me, said that some people had read that as autism rep. I'm not sure how I feel about that, mostly because of this idea of it's kind of implies that if somebody has autism, they're only half a person, which is not a connection I love. I can kind of see why people would make that link with the way that Dora sees the world and reacts to the world. I don't know about the author's background, and I don't know if she said that it's autism rep, but that is a way that some people could read it. I really enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting, I'll be honest. I gave it 4 stars. There's a really lovely relationship between the cousins. There's a really nice romance in here that I was cheering on. I felt like it was rushed, and it's only about 230 pages. Yeah, it's 239 pages. I felt like it could have done with another like 80 pages to flesh it out that little bit more. But I did really enjoy it. This is the first in a series. I think there's 4 of them, and I think they're companion novels. I think they're called the Fairy Tale series or something. So if you're looking for Regency romance with that kind of fantasy element to it, I would recommend this, and I would definitely read more from the author. And yeah, that was a 4 star. And then last night I stayed up way past my bedtime and finished this beast. This is Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abiki Ayemedi. Charlotte gave this to me when I went to see her earlier on in the year. And I went into this with high expectations, I have to admit, because I loved Ace of Spades, which was the author's debut. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars. This one is kind of YA, dark academia, mystery. I was hoping for more of a thriller horror like side to it, but we are following, is it Sade? There's a Sade, there's a pronunciation guide at the start of this, who arrives at this very prestigious school. Both of her parents are dead, and she has decided that she's going to go to this school. She's been homeschooled her whole life, so she's decided to go to this boarding school, and that is all I'm going to tell you. Oh, and on her first night, her roommate Elizabeth vanishes, goes missing, and that's all I'm going to tell you. I enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. It was entertaining. It kept me hooked because, like I said, I finished this pretty much in one day. I think I started the first 50 pages the day before, but read most of this yesterday in a couple of sittings. I really love the author's writing style. The mystery was good. It was atmospheric. I just felt like it wasn't doing anything new. If you've never read a book like this before, this would be a great one to start with, and I would recommend it. But it didn't feel like it was doing anything particularly groundbreaking. And I think one of the things I loved about Ace of Spades was it felt fresh, and this just kind of felt like a fairly standard YA mystery. I also think it's too long. There's no need for it to be 560 odd pages, I think it was. Yeah, 562 pages. It did not need to be that long. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I'm really glad I got to read it, so thank you to Charlotte. And that was the last book that I have finished so far this month. I also had a pre-order arrive yesterday, which is very exciting. It's one of those things about coming home from holiday. I didn't want to come home, and I was like, oh, there'll be a book waiting, which, lessened the pain of it. And that book is A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley. Look at this cover. I am obsessed. Whoever does the covers for this author knows what they're doing. This is the 3rd in the series. I can't remember what it's called. Is it the Something Falls? I can't remember what the series is, but it starts with A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, and then it's A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, both of which I loved. These are spicy fantasy romances, and in this one we've got Ben, who's a werewolf, and Eleanor, who is a vampire succubus, and I think it's going to be Grumpy Sunshine. Just a good fun time. So yeah, I was really excited when this arrived. I won't manage to fit this in this month, unfortunately, but I will be reading it soon, maybe in October. And like I said, I am obsessed with the cover. It's so beautiful. Okay, so I'm not going to do full stats because we'll save that for the end of the next vlog, which my plan is for that to come up next week as you're watching this. So far this month though, I have finished 16 books. I am on track for this 31 and 31 challenge that I've set myself. I've read about 5,500 pages, and I'm having the best time. I'm having so much fun with it. It's so nice to have the challenge, because then it means that I have to focus on it, and it's that little bit of a push. My brain feels so happy. I think I've said this before, reading for me is really like meditation, and I'm absolutely loving having it as a focus. The second half of the month is going to be more of a challenge, so we'll see how I go with that, because there's a lot more happening in the second half. We get Charlie tomorrow. We've got a family lunch for mine and my mother-in-law's birthday today. Then we get Charlie back tomorrow. He's been in Cornwall with his mum, having a lovely time by the look of it, and then we're away next week with his friend Jack for our family week, so I'll show you a bit of b-roll of that, obviously minus the boys because I don't show them. Then the following week is my birthday week. I'm going to go down and see my mum, hopefully my brother, my dad, my aunt and uncle, my cousins for a few days, and then we're back to school and back to normal. But anyway, so we'll see how the rest of it pans out, because like I said, there's quite a lot happening, but I am on a roll and I'm having the best time with my reading. I'm going to leave you, usually I would just go straight to the end animation thing. I'm going to leave you with a time lapse of a sunset that I took whilst we were down in Taunton. So I'll leave you with that. So if you've made it to this point in the video, leave me a sunset emoji to just let me know that you got to this point in the video. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.